everyone in Happy Time Zones. It's your bird, Haven the Raven, and welcome back to Amalur on Nostalgic, where I go through this game that I have played way too many times in the past, and attempt to complete all the quests, to see if it still holds up. Speaking of quests, Whitestone Tarnished. I'm missing days 1 through 24, which is apparently actually in Whitestone. How nice. Because of course it's in Whitestone. I suppose it makes sense that there would be one in Whitestone, all things considered. And then, first of all,
Death, have a drink. I thought I could smell meat on you. Thanks a lot. You really helped me out. Come back anytime, and I'll buy more meat off of you.
Technically I consider this complete now.
Be on your guard.
Technically I can consider this complete now. There it is. And there it's not. I've completed that quest now. Brief little sojourn. With that, let's actually deliver the package. I've done that. That I think I'll wind up completing as part of the Traveler's Quest line. Actually, Till's books, there are some in Edessa. Probably 2 in Edessa, considering this is the gnomes we're talking about. Did that. Yeah, I know I did that. So, yeah, let's start with running with scalpels, and then transition into Long Overdue, get those books. Then probably do the Traveler's Quest line. I should really look up if that how that Death Notices quest would have worked had I chosen differently. Speaker's Templar Joriel. Okay, Steal the Master's Pick. Yeah, technically speaking, I should actually. Let's see here. I know for a fact there's one of those, and I believe there's one of these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I should be able to max out, quote unquote, all the skills in the game by the time I hit level 50. That is the wrong one. And there also is not a quest in here, so I don't have to worry about that. You.
There are some things you simply cannot do with ordinary blades. Beautiful, exquisite things. Very well.
Cool, so unless something specifically calls me back here, I'm done with this area. Actually, I think I might pick up whatever side quests I can first. Because this building, I should not require again.
What?
Was how this completely contradicts the findings.
What?
Okay.
Yes.
There should be 2 in here.
Yes.
May as well pick that up while I'm here. The last one of those should be actually in Sea Watch, then, for the Tales books. Which Sea Watch is, like, here on the map, I think. Odessa is still in the process of being built, which is interesting.
What?
Considering the gnomes are calling it the great seat of knowledge and whatnot.
Well, look at you. Don't seem to be quite as busy as the other Alfar working the scaffolding. You might be perfect. Listen, stranger, would you like to earn a bit of coin? No sweat off your brow, promise. I don't know all the details about it. I assist many scholars with their works here. I know that Scar Naren was involved in linguistics. It's safe to say the experiment will likely be some verbal study. Scar Naren has quarters in the Basilica Nostra. Speak with her and she'll get you started.
Okay. Are there any quests in the forum?
Be quick.
Does not look like it. Okay. There is also a possibility that some quests will be completely unavailable to me as of right now.
What?
Wait, what? Didn't I have to come here for the surgeon quest? Why did the 2 of you share quarters? Linguistics and surgery. Are you deciphering screams?
Well, when I sent Ordern to recruit subjects, I didn't think I'd find one quite as tall as yourself. But he has done well. In fact, I'd say you make the perfect test case for my newest work. In so many words, yes, I'm developing a potion vital for future diplomacy. One that will let the user understand foreign tongues. But it requires calibration. Currently, the potion grants universal understanding, but it will not properly permit speech. I will administer a new formula. The spells in my lab shall localize the effects, so I can ask a few questions of you in various tongues. Yes. Now, I will just administer the potion and we can begin. Yes.
Alright, this is about to go.
If you can understand what I am saying, please tell me my name.
Very
good. Very good.
Okay.
I'm going to
1 in 4 chance! Or, well, technically 1 in 3.
understand it. Tell me, where can I find the Court of Summer? I see. Here's my final question. There is an army of Fae named the Tuatha. Tell me, where are they from?
Pff.
Well, that was less successful than I would have liked, but the data will be useful to me nonetheless.
Sorry, lady.
I'm glad to have had your help with this. Take these potions as a reward with my thanks. Yes.
I don't need more damage boosts. I already have 3 digits. Or well, 3 figures. Or whatever we're supposed to call it. I have over 100. I don't need more. I don't remember to use the damn things. Oh dear. Alright, quests. Paper trail, paper trail. Where's paper trail? There it is.
Yes.
Over here. I don't think there's gonna... Yeah, there's... I highly doubt there's going to be a quest in the Odessa prison. I can break in and check, but I doubt it. Is there anything in the Domus Politica? Quest-wise, anyway. There are quests for me to pick up.
Dear, oh dear, things seem to have gotten worse than I thought. Ah, stranger, I think I have, require the assistance of, well, your kind. It's quite urgent and quite, sensitive. There's a letter, one I was writing. I'm a scribe, you see. I received word from the Basilica to draft it, from Scholar Ehrencourt. A strange letter, meant for Rathir. Though we gnomes are neutral, well, the letter gave encouragement, not promises. Never give promises, that's the rule. The letter was written, sealed and sent, but never arrived. Scholar Ehrencourt means to have my head for losing it. I need that letter recovered.
Neutral. In a genocidal war.
I have one lead for you. The courier that took that letter from me was a traveller. A Dokkalfar named Parwin Well from Sunkamp. She said Ehrencourt arranged the delivery. We had no reason to suspect. Travellers are often used as couriers in these lands. But she was the last to have that letter.
Alright. You know what? Let's speak with Joriel while we're here. I don't intend to continue the Octian quest just yet, but...
Yes? What do you want? I am not in the habit of making conversation with strangers, especially one of your stature. Please be quick. I see. Think very, very carefully about what you are saying. Octian is a Templar.
Oh, hello, Jediner.
And who, may I ask, are you?
I believe we've actually spoken before. How are you doing today?
A direct confession is not only meaningless, but contrary to all our procedures. Make no mistake, stranger. If you initiate hostilities with a Templar, then you will become an enemy of the gnome state. Justice is pursued when a Templar confesses to his crimes. Then and only then. And Octian will confess to nothing, I assure you. I can do no more for you. Trouble me no further with this matter, especially when you have so little evidence.
Glad to hear you're doing well. I'm doing okay. Pardon any banging you hear outside. Just call you Jedi. Okay. I can do that. Pardon any banging you hear outside. Dumpster hit our roof recently, and that's getting repaired.
Hello. I'm here to send regrets on behalf of Templar Joyelle. While she wishes to extend you aid, she's stymied by protocol. What she gave you was an official response. I'm here to give you another response. A personal one.
So we had our garage taken down recently because it looked like one of those paper things. It looked like it was origami. It was that far gone. That garage was such a champ, though. And when the dumpster people came to take the first dumpster away, they hit the corner of the roof. Because I believe there's hydraulics involved, and they have to actually, like, pick up the dumpster to put it on the, truck to take it away. So, yeah, a dumpster hit our roof, and now it's getting repaired.
My superior has suspected for some time the crimes that you've levied against Templar Octien. But like you, she is frustrated by his status. Allow me to be direct. If you can make Templar Octien publicly acknowledge his crimes, then Templar Joriel will reward you. She will be your patron of sorts.
So, yeah, any banging you hear outside is probably just a hammer hitting the damaged section of roof to repair it. Okay, what quest do I currently have active? Doesn't matter, I'm going in here. I should probably actually check out the Odessa Mine, because I've never been in this place. Are there quests down here? Does not look like it. Or if there is one, it's so deep that you would never find it normally that I'm going exploring. Yeah, fair enough. Oh look, more rat meat to sell to the tavern. Yeah, things wind up in the strangest of places, don't they? Well, if I hadn't already turned in rat meats before, I'd have some to turn in now. Am I about to get ambushed by Niskaru or something? Kobolds. Slightly less annoying. Okay, no quests. Better I check than not, though. Always better to check. Have you ever played this game, Jedi? Oh dear. Yeah, someone really wanted that bus, or that cart on top of the bus stop, huh? So we have...
Enter at your own risk.
Actually, what's in here? I don't go in there just yet. I believe I'm going to have to go in there eventually for as part of the Traveler's Quest. Been a couple of years. Fair enough. No quests. I'm going through and completing every side quest that I can. There's already been a couple that I haven't been able to complete. And I'm seeing if it still holds up years later. Because this was honestly the game for me. It got me into gaming as a whole. So I, personally, want to know if it's a matter of nostalgia. Or if this game is legitimately great. Oh. Hello, Liu. What do you mean by we don't play the same Kingdoms of Amalur?
Damn bloody fool thing, Lauren. Oh, did not see you there, stranger.
This is Re-Reckoning. I don't have the means to stream Reckoning. And I do also want to talk about Mithros and how they went wrong and what they didn't do wrong there. Because that recontextualizes a lot of lore. And some of it's actually very interesting. Some of it ties in pretty well. The issue with Mithros is more presentation, and I kind of want to draw some parallels. So, for a few different reasons, this is Re-Reckoning.
What the devil are you talking about? I don't have any sort of, did you say, master's pick? Just about the only possession I had that was wholly my own. Isn't even mine any... Oh, now why am I telling you this? Leave me. Friendly? Yes. It has been too long since I've had a friendly, decent person to converse with. Well, I never had this master's pick, but I did have a strangely unopenable jewelry box until the Praetorians confiscated it. Now it's rotting in the armory, and all because they think I'm in league with someone they don't support anymore. Such a bother. Ah, very well.
Fair enough, fair enough. I'm level 38. And I'm still only in this section of the map. I've accepted the fact that I'm not even going to be able to get experience rewards for a while once I cross the strait. Down we go.
What?
Hello, you.
Taller than I would have thought, but still. You will serve as a subject. You are the guest at Sandstone Villa, correct? Otherwise, I'll have to look elsewhere. My experiment, of course. The culmination of a decade's worth of research is almost at hand. And I need your help to conclude it. I am studying the growth of magic because
Oh dear. This is good.
that last bit of data I need.
It's interesting how the mortal races say that magic is growing, whereas the fair folk say it's in decline. That sort of corroborates the theory of it's simply changing and Ashara's influences mutating. Oh, thank you for the follow, Liu! Oh, a mentalist! Hello! How you doing?
Very good, very good. I'd like to get started immediately. Please meet me in my laboratory in the Odessa mine.
Okay, so that's what that exists for. And you...
You look like you have some free time on your hands. Care to earn a bit of coin? Uncatalogued tools are stored and protected in warded containers. If you save me some time, I'll pay you well. All I need you to do is go to each container and dispel the ward on it. I'll pay you for each one you manage to dispel.
This might be one of those impossible to beat ones. Well, I hope that goes well for you, and I'm glad that you're not feeling too bad. I'm doing okay. Please excuse any banging you might hear outside. The roof is being repaired from the spot that was damaged by the dumpster.
Excellent. I'll have some brought up. They'll be in the upstairs alcove waiting for you. A pleasure.
Okay, so this one I can literally just walk upstairs to do. Ah! Might I ask what that is in response to? Oh, only 3? I did not just fail to dispel a very easy... Okay, then. I actually just failed to dispel a very easy dispelling thing. With level 9 dispelling. Right.
Have you done all the work you've wanted to? I see. I'll pay you for the containers you dispelled. Good. You can find them in the same place. A pleasure.
There's a possibility that this might be, a never-ending one. But we'll see, because they... A fantastic RNG, yeah, possibly. Okay, if they're all very easy... What is with this middle one? That's the second time in a row I've failed to auto-dispel. And it's been the middle container both times.
What?
I'll do this one more time to see if it ups the difficulty.
You've wanted. I see. Good. A pleasure.
Cause if it is... Yeah, fair. But these are my skills at the moment. I'm leaving that one blank on purpose. But at 9 dispelling, I should auto-dispel... Okay. I'm just getting the strangest of RNGs. And since these are all very easy, it's probably just a forever loop. In that case, I'm gonna go back to Paper Trail.
Have you done all the work? I see. I'm never going to get these blasted up pleasure.
You're never going to get the very easy containers dispelled. Right. Just how many containers do you have? I know for a fact that there's at least one quest in the Hospitalis quarters I should check out. But first of all, Domus Politica. It's upstairs. That is not upstairs.
Yes.
Bookshelf. How many chapters are there? Hold up, hold up, hold up. Okay. I wonder how long the gnomes have actually been working on this city. Because Edessa is still in the process of being built. That's in the Isles. I should stop by... Let's go to the Arcadium first, and then Hospitalis Quarters. Because I just want to make sure...
Ah, the guest of Sandstone will...
Okay.
Come again.
I have a fully stocked.
Just potions.
If you, I'll be here. What?
I very rarely use potions. One of these days I'm going to have to do a potion only, or at least potion mostly run.
Aye.
Okay, what is with the screaming I'm hearing in the background? I know that some of the construction sounds are actually real life. Okay. Okay. Some traveler work. Plus a few other things. I think the travelers were actually pretty well done.
Yes?
Definitely one of the better, Oh, that's not what I was supposed to do. Hang on. In a lot of cases, when you have a thieves guild in these games, everybody knows that they're a thieves guild, and everybody abhors them for being a thieves guild. With Amalur, the travelers are not just thieves. They're also merchants. They're also performers. They're also couriers. All that stuff. So they are, well, perhaps a little distrusted in certain cases, generally seen as reliable by people in the Phalanx, which I think is a really neat way to go about doing a thieves guild.
Got the forge hot, stranger. If you need repair work for armor or weapons, I'm your man. Aye? And I suppose you're here to preach the virtues of helping my lazy neighbours. More like buzzards. I've been there before. I know what life is like in the gutters. I'll pay my part, aye. But it's you that's more deserving, I think. Here's some coin. All right, then.
Yeah, they're jacks of all trades. Which actually helps the fact that they're not exactly hidden. They don't have to hide, and they don't have to be quite in the shadows as much as, say, the Thieves Guild in Oblivion or Skyrim have to. Oh, Yarrow! Hello! How you doing?
Care to browse? I can promise you'll always find the goods you need at Semble's. Care to browse? Share them with who? With... Oh, I see. It's not enough that I scrape out something for myself. You can't succeed in this city without someone coming to collect. You mean it, don't you? You actually care about them. Fine, I'll give my part. And thanks for your compassion. Please, come by again.
And last one over here. Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean you ripped your Universalist?
Hello.
Oh, Loki, hello! This is not fire, this is poison. My hands are on poison.
Welcome to Senna's Emporium Alchemical. Gnomes seem skittish when you walk in, but I reckon it's a peculiarity of them. I knew better than to think my prosperity would go unnoticed. It seems all my success helps others instead of myself.
Well, yes. Slightly. The poison only affects my blades.
Generosity is not something seen that often here. If not in my neighbors, I might place my trust in you. I'll donate to the poor, and why not to you as well? I'll be here.
Good tidings.
Ah, I see. Ripped as in rest in peace. Okay. I'm sorry. Oh, I can answer that one, Jedi. So this game's class system, they call it the Destiny system. You have 3 trees of abilities: Might, Finesse, and Sorcery. And as you can see on the top section there is how much you've put into each individual tree. As you've put into, or what you've put into the tree determines what destiny you can have. For example, my current one, Shadowcaster, requires 55 Finesse and 55 Sorcery. Universalist uses all 3. And at the end, so you get 2, 4, and then 10, 17, 26 in all of them. And then the final tier requires 37 in all 3 trees.
Hello there.
So the scriptures of Mitharu have been handed to us. I too have been asked by Riddle to hand these words to the... Indeed, Mitharu smiles on a few, and it is their responsibility to share such providence.
Matharu has nothing to do with it. I'd sooner... When it comes to mercantile, I would sooner praise to Logris.
Pious.
I believe that's all in Edessa. Oh, fair enough. I did a might build once. That's the armory. In other words, I get that later. So where do I deliver the letter to? The jail? Why the jail? With me? I can't remember. I genuinely can't remember what weapons I used. It was years ago. I'm not really supposed to be in here. Uh-oh. Come on, smoke bomb. I need you to do your thing. Then if I get busted for trespassing later, I can just say, whoops, wrong turn, and leave. Hammer actually is an interesting one, because... Granted, these only really matter for early game, but the Summer's End stones give you 6% damage with hammers, and that's a universal buff. Feyblades and hammers are the only two weapon types that get special treatment like that. So, actually... Nice! Yeah, I don't do that much, really, with Mark of Flame, I don't think. I'll have to check. Hello.
What the hell are you doing here? If you're going to stand out there and gape at me, you're going to get us both in trouble. Really? I've been in here so long, I thought they would have all forgotten about me. This means a lot to me. Thanks, mate.
Fair enough, fair enough.
Yes?
Oh, so I had no reason to... I actually had no reason to be concerned. Okay, why do I see glimpses of the void?
Yes.
I figured I'd be arrested on my way out and I could just say, whoops, wrong turn. Maybe persuade them into just escorting me out here and being like, don't come in here again. Nice to know that isn't a thing in this game. Or at least, not with this specific prison. Anyway... Back to collect the reward, and then we go, yeah, I think I'm actually done with everything that doesn't require me going, What was I saying?
Welcome, stranger. There are always prayers to Mitharu, but few answerers. Save those from...
I have not played Bound by Flame. I have not played Bound by Flame. Is that on PlayStation? Because currently I am restricted to PlayStation.
Escladina is a troubled man, but many are those who need redemption. Though he may have wronged, he must not lose his spirit. Be pious.
Okay, I'll have to look into that then. What's it about? Ooh, blind typing. That actually could be really handy. You, who are you and what do you want?
Yeah, this won't do. This won't do at all. Prophets haven't been up since... Oh, yeah, excuse me, you're the courier, yes? Good. You're early. We can begin at once. Why, they delivered it to the Mortis Mining Branch office in the Hollowlands. Now, it seems we've misplaced our copy, so you'll have to reclaim the handbook from my old headquarters in Apotir. Good. Should go to the old Mortis Mining offices in Apotir. Fine. You wish to speak?
That does... See, even if, people say it's a decent game, I still want to know what it's about. Because a lot of people, for example, claim that The Last of Us Part 2 is phenomenal. I find the entire Last of Us story kind of boring and basic. It's all a matter of personal preference at that point. So having a basic idea of what the game is about helps for me to decide whether I think a game is going to be something I like. Okay. Could you please just give me a synopsis? Fair enough.
What?
I watched someone do like half a playthrough of part 1 and I dropped it. Just not my cup of tea. I'm very picky about my zombie apocalypse stories. Down here.
Yes. What? Yes.
Okay, what is... Why are there so many chapters to this? I'm just collecting books from every building at this point. Ah! Well, finally! Still in Odessa. Fuck! Okay, and that's sort of an issue. If the interesting plot points come later, people are already going to see it as not really worthwhile. You mean how far did I watch someone else get? Because I myself did not actually play it. I believe the person I was watching play the game was, playing or had just gotten past a portion where she was playing as Ellie.
What?
Crap, I don't even remember the specifics at this point. But I do know a few things about the plot of The Last of Us, and I have to say, someone being immune to a disease, while it would be very interesting in real life, it's kind of a chosen one archetype in that regard, which is something that I find a little overdone. What? Well, this is concerning.
You have come. Splendid, splendid. We can get things underway. Oh, don't mind my specimens. I can assure you that they are heavily sedated. Completely under control.
And when are they gonna break free and attack you?
I've amassed quite the menagerie. I would like you to fight them. I've paced the study so that there will be a gradation of difficulty. Their sedatives should wear off presently. Now, I'll get to my observation area, and then the study can begin. So long.
We're just gonna do that. I'm just glad I didn't have to fight them all at once. Honestly, that would have been bad. You had better pay me very handsomely for this.
Oh, that's grand, isn't it? I can't wait to have this written up. I may get to speak in the Basilica Nostra. It did very well out there. Please, take these potions to heal any injuries. So long.
Okay, so you're just insane, not malicious. Got it, got it. To answer your question, Amental, I don't remember if I saw snow or not. But, yeah, I would say. Considering, like, the mountains are all up here. With some actually... Actually, wait, no. It's canon that, there's mountains south of Dalentarth, so there might have been some mountains south of Edessa as well. We know that there is mountains south of Dalentarth because Helic will tell us that there are mountains south of Dalentarth. And the whole reason we took that passage into the Teeth of Naros... What, like there aren't caves inside mountains? So there's probably some mountains, like, unless the mountain range just stops, which it might stop around here, but even then... Actually, no. If the mountain range were to stop anywhere, it would be around Cloudcrest. Otherwise, it would continue on past Edessa. And... Actually, no. Because we see some mountains over here too in Menethir. So, okay, the mountain range probably stretches from Ettenmere all the way down to Edessa. That was a good point you brought up, though, Jedi. Wow, you gnomes just do not give a fuck.
What? You there, halt! You'll let...
Never mind, you gnomes do give a fuck. Okay. Oh. Here's the... I'm not kidding when I say that I'm picky about my zombie apocalypse stories. I've been exposed to so many of them growing up. And even jokingly come up with some of my own just from speaking with my mom. That it has to really wow me relatively early on in order for me to stick with it. Let's actually head all the way to the back here, because the back is going to be the most difficult area to get to return to. But the best zombie apocalypse story I've seen was actually a webtoon called Rebirth. And part of the reason that felt so fresh is because they also introduced time travel, alternate universes, and some universal concepts. Yarrow, I have to destroy them. That's part of the quest. See? Oh, Vilmer, hello, how you doing? Yes, I broke stuff again. Oh, shoot. That is the wrong one. Thank you for the redeem, Vilmer. Uh-oh. I don't exist. Leave me be. This is one of those quests where you have to either be very slow and methodical about it, or you're going to get caught a bunch of times. I'm doing okay. Pardon for any banging you hear outside. There's, they're actually fixing the roof that they, damaged with the dumpster. Or, well, someone's fixing the roof that got damaged with the dumpster.
You shouldn't be in here.
And now we leave.
You there. Halt. Don't let me cut.
Naughty bitches! I mean, fair. Fair. Ooh, redeeming a joke, huh? These people wouldn't know what hit them if it was right in front of their faces. Clearly. Seeing as how I don't think they managed to take my box or the box I just stole. Yeah, they didn't even take the box! Was that good enough, Jedi? You!
No merchant in. Yeah.
Just let me talk to this person.
Welcome, stranger. There are all those gnomes are pious.
Hey, now, when put on the spot, I deal in punnery. Okay. I guess it's because it's a quest item. I imagine it would be very awkward to have you break in every single time because not every character is going to be stealth-based. I could sneak around through most of that because I have smoke bomb, and even then I did some reckless things I probably shouldn't have.
Well, I seem to have attracted a guest. What can I help you with?
Yeah, this run is... There's a lot of experience to be had in this game. Honestly, when I go through and do future challenge runs, I'm probably, for the most part, just going to do faction quests. Maybe the occasional side quest here or there just to get a reward.
Oh, that would be the squeaky little gnome from Odessa. Smelled like vellum and book paste, as I recall. I was hired to take the note from him. Sure as rain. A gnomish scholar named Arancourt hired me to take it and throw it in the quarry. That's where you can find that letter if you're looking. And I can even give you Arancourt's orders as proof, if you pay the right price. But it is worth something to you. And that is surprisingly enough reason for me to charge you for it. I told you. I think the damn thing, if it's piqued your interest so much, I have the orders instructing me to do so. This isn't the war sworn. We don't carry oaths or that nonsense. Still, I suppose I could cut you...
Okay, that's actually interesting. Traveler-specific dialogue.
Another time, maybe?
That is cool.
Your return, box and all. Boxes are for opening, young thief. But except it is not. There is no way into this box nor its contents. How can this pick be of any use to us? This note mentions Guy.
Oh, mic going off.
He's with Motus Mining. Break into his laboratory, find this Aravis engine, and use it to free the key then. Be gone.
Okay, and we're back. With any luck, none of you will have to deal with an ad again. And hopefully I won't have to pause again. Really? Anyway... Is it all the way down here? Okay. I'm curious why... Aren't you the one that uses ad blockers or something? Because I was clicking run ad. Anyway, back to Odessa. I have noticed that it's a little buggy on my end because I try to run the ads. And it's supposed to... You're watching on... Okay. I don't know then. Because I try to run ads whenever anything comes up. Better they happen then than when I'm actually playing. And it was saying that it started ads, so that's weird.
You found the letter. But why would Scholar Ehrenkorp want it to be sent and lost? She commissioned the letter in the first place. It is above my station to question her. There is a higher plan at work. Please, stranger, find Ehrenkorp and...
Fair enough, fair enough. Have an excellent day, Mental.
She can be found in the Isles. Fair enough.
So we're heading to the Isles. Probably am actually just going to outright finish Odessa today.
Yes.
Because after this...
Yes.
Wait, what? Hey, Mental Jedi, are you two having a goodbye war in the chat?
Blessings to you.
Hey, you. You have some explaining to do.
I've heard that someone was helping my subordinate, Corden. It seems he has lost a very, very important letter. While I applaud your diligence in tracking this to me, I'm sad to say that Corden's error is grievous. He will be punished for losing the letter. That is a half-truth. I requested the letter of Corden, true, but it was not my idea. That came from a higher source. The Templars have reached a tentative quorum regarding our stance in the war, but a cautious few requested I draft this letter. A Templar must...
Fair enough, fair enough.
But what can be done when they give conflicting orders? So I had the letter written, and Corden lost it. Damn it all. I knew that Dirty Traveler was not capable of performing even the simplest of tasks. I will not allow you the privilege of extorting me. I will resign my position and name Corden as my replacement. We shall see how he fares. I would be very careful if I were you. You are known to the Templars, and it was never their intention to treat you lightly. I see.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the gnomes in this game. All politics and grandstanding and pursuit of knowledge with no empathy. like, every now and then you wind up finding a gnome that's actually a good guy, but I do like Hughes. And Templar Joriel is an exemplary, she's a paragon of her, standing. But by and large, gnomish society... Ugh.
You won't believe this.
But what, Vilmer, what?
Did you join the Basilica Nostra? Must have been from your help. I never thought in my wildest years. Fair enough.
Okay, anyway. Believe I just have this stuff now. The kill him message? What? Vilmer, this is not the murder hobo run. I'll do a murder hobo run one of these days, okay? I was already intending to do a quote-unquote evil one at some point. But that is not this run, because I actually need to complete quests. And I can't complete quests if I'm wanted in every city, everywhere. I don't play D&D, but I do play Pathfinder. I know a little bit about D&D rules, though, and I have played around with trying to combine the two. Haven't actually gotten to test out my combinations, though. I would definitely be interested in D&D, however. Not better than what I'm wearing. Over here, you. Box opener. Homebrew is great. Even when it's as simple as tweaking the rules. Like, just to make things a little more interesting. Yeah, I've played a bit of Pathfinder with my family. And had one campaign with someone who wasn't family that fizzled out. So, I haven't gotten to play as much as I would have liked, but I do want to get back into Pathfinder.
Already lost 3 miners to the Bargists. Pardon?
Nuclear Paladin, what?
I see. The Home Office finally managed to dig up a... Good day.
Alright, we're gonna continue this a bit, and I'll finish up whatever Odessa quests are left when I'm actually in Odessa. Oh dear. paladin uses explode, it's super effective. I can imagine how that would be fun. Probably costs a lot of revives, though.
Got a few odds and ends for sale here. Go along.
Damn! Edge.
There's something curious at work here. The Hierophant predicted that you would steal the Master's pick, and you come back with this. I've hated Arcia for years. Always speaking truth, always. But this job, this failure, is of... Never mind that. There is a more pressing matter at hand. The Hierophant had to be gone.
Really? You're gonna make me?
The Hierophant sees... You must pray at the Hierophant shrine in camp. Farewell.
Alright.
So,
And lastly, you arrive. There is something hesitant in your step, I see. But it is not...
Boom goes the paladin is not something most people would
I
expect.
have learned that an enemy of the Travelers is soon to meet his end. Mon, Cointaker, has been sentenced to execution. Nor should you. He is a crude and loathsome killer who costs Uncamp dearly. But the fortune he amassed will be proper recompense for his slights against us. Go to Convict's Cavern and find his cell. He will give you a key to...
Okay, the stealth makes sense. How can you explode people if they see you coming? Okay, now that I'm curious to see how you set up. How do you boom without being boomed yourself? Boomed. All right. I kind of have to respect the spite.
Well, looks like one of Arjean's blew in here. Wonder what the guards would do if I called them over. But Mon won't do that, though it sounds a bit fun.
I have to respect the spite.
Suppose some camp came to gloat. Well, they've welded my door shut until I reach the gallows, so it's yours. But this is only part of the key you'll need. See? I'm a fair man. I gave the other pieces to the Zungars and the Dark Varis. They're looking for my treasure right now, and I don't think they'll share. This is what you scabs get for picking at Mon's bones. Claim my gold if you dare. Arjean can hold my debt fulfilled if you survive.
That is interesting because I forgot that scavs were also mentioned in the base game before they became available on Gallows End. Or well, became available as an enemy on Gallows End. Okay, so if it's not an actual nuke, how could we go about making the paladin into an actual nuke? Vilmer, you have to think here. Don't lose your interest. Think about ways you can make it literal. In we go. You wanted a nuke. Fair enough. Alright, I genuinely don't care about the loot in here. I highly doubt it's going to be anything interesting. That would be brilliant. That would just be so great. Hi, grabs, explodes. Okay, you can't see it from your end, but I just got a trophy for breaking crates. That is very easily going to cost you a shield. Don't care. Fair enough, fair enough, fair enough. Alright, need a third key. Is there anything like Wrath of the Gods from Dark Souls in D&D? Because, well, I suppose it would be initially from Demon Souls. But that essentially... Level 20 Divine Wish. Okay. I forget that the Dark Souls board game exists until I run across it in game shops, honestly. But, well, actually, no. More Karmic... I think it's called Karmic Justice. That one I used for the Mask of the Child build. Where, like, you get, damaged and suddenly... Well, granted, it takes multiple hits with the Miracle in Dark Souls, but you wind up dealing a ton of damage in this big old area of effect. That, I think, would be the best method of going about... making a nuke work in that regard. Because it wouldn't be likely... Shoot, I need to actually look at... Oh, I can add these to junk. Cool. But that would be, I think, the most effective way of preventing the paladin from taking the damage that they're dishing while still getting the nuke effect. Is having it trigger as a counterattack. Hang on. I need a minecart. That, or just really juice up the paladin's resistances. Culminite, there we go. Paladin and monk, okay. A tank doesn't exactly function properly as a tank if it doesn't survive the damage, which is why I'm thinking of ways to mitigate the amount of damage that the paladin themselves would take in that regard. Grim! Hello!
Well, well.
Looks like Mon managed to pull the fast one on pretty much everyone. You know, I remember a time when the Hierophant couldn't be faulted, couldn't be fallible. Guess that's just sand in the desert breeze, Dove. I've found the missives of Sable, and how to get them. I need you to steal them for me. The Hierophant's power is clearly waning, and all the travelers will suffer for it eventually. I chose this path because of vengeance. I was wrong. It's the future of the travelers what's at stake. With a proper bit of skill, you're going where no thief of these lands has stepped foot, in the vaults beneath the Odessa Livrarium. Seems to be where the gnomes hide what they don't want found, missives included. I've arranged for Phasma to meet you there, and show you the way in. These are gnomes we're dealing with, Dove. Forget gold, wine, and power. They prize knowledge above all else. I suspect something to be in those missives that means a great deal to them. But who cares? They've got the book, and we want it. Now go. When you've got it, I'll be waiting for you with some friends in the Hospitalis quarters. Get on with you.
Alright, save. But, yeah, as I said, I have to respect the spite on Mon's part. I've never played with a monk, but the lot of reactions sounds nice. And yeah, that would probably work pretty well with Splody Paladin. Oh, thank you for the lurk, Filmer. Everyone has to start somewhere, so don't feel bad about being newbie. Oh, you mean Nightbot's response to the lurks? Yeah, I imagine that would be plus 10 to stealth checks would definitely make DMing hard. In that case, you really do just have to turn it into a puzzle, I think.
Calculations were correct. A vein of culminate runs beneath us, and there's no telling. Take this gold. It's nothing compared to the reward that's coming. A rebirth of a region. Motis mining interests will learn now to disregard Ruinimus.
But the reason that I have the lurk message be that way is because of my going live notification that I quote-unquote took flights. Because bird. No, I'm not in a plane. I was going with the bird thing.
Yes.
It was meant as a joke. Oh, Pico! Hello! How you doing?
I'm happy to learn that the HoloLens branch has successfully received the instruction book. You have my thanks for this. Fine.
Yeah, clearly. Nobody else was here before you. I added that just, there's a few cheap redeems I added specifically so that people were less likely to get flagged as bots. Alright, we're gonna steal the missives, then pivot into Octien, then finish the Travelers. you doing, Piku? Odd. I thought everybody checked the redeem. I thought everybody checked redeems like first time they entered just to see. I know I checked to see if how much of a troll I can be.
Glad you decided to show. Can't say I wasn't antsy with all these squirrel-headed gnomes staring me down crosswise. But let's be quick-like about this. Before you go into the vault, I've got to run you down on what's needed.
Thank you for the redeem, Velma.
Grim learned that the gnomes enchanted the missives of the spell.
You Jedi.
True Garen came up with a solution. The Shroud of Omission. Cover the book in this shroud and the gnomes will forget it exists. Now, are you ready? This is a one-way trip. Once you're in, you've got to find out. Through this floor grate here. You'll have to do what you can to keep your bearings. It's a maze down there. And be careful. There might be pint pots, but these gnomes will become vicious if they get wise to you. Right, you better go. Be quick about it. I'll distract them. Let's do this.
Alright, I don't think I can actually come back here, so I should investigate. Then again, do I care enough? No, we're just gonna run. Or not. What do you mean I can't interact with the damn door? I genuinely don't care. I'm just gonna run through here. Come on. Up. I mean, there is a rewind redeem, but it just puts me back at the previous... save. Piku, that's not how that works! What? What are you again? You do nothing. Okay. Actually, this is a slight detour. Books. That's not how this works! That is not how this works, Piku. Don't burn the books. Okay, so this... And then this... The fuck do you mean that turns off the wrong one? Oh. Fuck, okay. Okay, we're gonna do this then. this. This. You. Crap. Alright, then, turn you off. And you off. This is... Wait, what? Okay, I guess the first war has resolved itself. Not peacefully, but it's resolved itself. Okay. Let's think about this now that I've gotten all of them reset. There we go. Or, fuck. Messed up there. Okay, so... It doesn't matter which one we turn on first. Okay, I'll turn that off. I need a way... Okay. If I do that... Hang on. I do this. Yep. extinguish this. That puts those 3 up. And then here. And that will make it so that... oh, wait, no, you. Actually, hang on a second. Haha! I got it! Finally! Wait, what? Aha! So that's what that's for. I forgot what was in that chest. But I remember it at least being interesting. Wow, you lot are pathetic. I'm just gonna leave. And now that that's happened... Hey, Octienne! You are running on a time limit. You can't really get back here. Forum. I wanted to go back to the library. Oh well.
What now?
Off to the library I go to politely request a resignation from Templar Octienne. Or as politely as it gets in these games.
Yes.
Alright. After this, I'm probably not going to be coming back to Odessa, period. So it makes sense to just do this now.
You are alive. Unexpected and quite unfortunate turn of events. Ha! The White Palm are hardly thugs. Simply finding them cost me a small fortune when I expect to be reimbursed with this failure. Or what? You'll slaughter me in a murderous rage? Typical. Your kind is as predictable as it is stupid. I'm afraid you'll find me quite hard to kill. Unfortunately, I cannot say the same for you. Attack me in this city, and I won't just have your crap denied. Oh, I'll hand you over to the scholars in the Basilica for research. The wise and the foolish both die. Is that justice? With the Well of Souls, I can change that. I can choose who deserves life. To think that yous gave away such a gift to you. Well, we've seen how you wasted your life. Perhaps I'll give Intrinio your corpse to examine. After all, you met your first death as his assistant. It would be a reunion. You're certainly welcome to try.
Octienne, you are a complete idiot. Because you just showed everyone here what you really are. And hey, there's at least one Templar that actually Cares about justice being done. Really? We're doing this? Fine. The White Palm is never taking out a contract, on this character specifically again after this. Oh, thank you for, Piku, thank you for giving Jedi a shout out. Really, Octian? Fair enough, fair enough. Have an excellent day, Piku. What kind of weird-ass tracking was that? Oh dear. Really? Again with the White Palm. Hang on, what? Alright, so I didn't miss anything. Have an excellent day, Piku. You were not prepared for me. You were saying? I am a feral Alfar who cares not for your law.
Well, if setting fire to the livrarium and hiring assassins is not an admission of guilt on Octien's part, I certainly don't know what is. It is clear that we Templars must make him assume responsibility for his actions, overt as well as hidden. Even though you went against my explicit instruction, you were effective. You have my respect. Should he survive the wounds earned in battle, I should think so. To that effect, I have ordered a moratorium on all of his current studies and projects. All, perhaps, save this mysterious Well of Souls. That one will take some deliberation, considering its various ethical and societal ramifications. Regardless, Gnome Society is in your debt, and we always pay what is owed. I'm afraid that's one promise I cannot make. Our society demands neutrality with regard to the war. But I've been told that while you were on the scaffolds, Scholar Hughes managed to salvage Octien's texts from the Livrarium fire. He should arrive shortly. With any luck, he's discovered something that might be of use to you. Now, I must tend to Octien's affairs.
What? It was my mistake to assume that Octien would go quietly, or that he would leave evidence behind. Such a waste. Some of those books he burned were centuries old, but luckily for us, I was able to salvage some from the flames. Oh, a great many prizes. Treatises on the nature of death, tables upon tables of autopsy analyses, but only one item of true value. Octien's diary. Based off of what I've read in these pages, Ventrinia has been working on an island off of Klurikon. Yes, should have known he'd be hidden behind enemy lines. Though with Mel Senshir victorious, he's in Alpha territory now. But when you reach him, be wary. His is a dangerous mind, and he may want to kill you the second time around if my suspicions are correct. But if you must go to Alabastra, then you must learn his secret. I only hope he's willing to share.
Okay.
Unfortunately, research on the Well of Souls will be put on hold. Octien organized it in secret, and the other Templars will want to learn all they can of it. But I do not think I'll be idle in the meantime. With Octien out of the way, there will be need of a new Templar in Edessa. You carry a grave responsibility.
Let's go into junk, destroy everything. And let's go finish the Travelers. Well, talk to Agarth first.
Octien seems to have gotten what he deserves. I can't say I understand gnomish politics. But Hughes is safe, and now we know where Ventrinio is. Seems like a win. No time to clean up, though. I've got news from the front lines in Klurikon. The army has been making progress in Klurikon, but the further we push, the harder it gets. The Tuatha know the land and are too well organized. But we've heard rumors of a small band of Winter Fae harassing the Tuatha somewhere in the swamps.
And that harassment can continue.
But perhaps the hero of Mel Senshir could find them.
Figured I may as well pick up that quest then, because there's no guarantee that he's actually going to be at Mel Senshir later. It only took me, what, 17 streams? But I'm almost on the second continent. I feel like Klurikon is going to go relatively quickly. I don't have any more DLCs to stop and do in the meantime.
What's needed?
I already got you, right?
You are welcome to walk the aisles, but please be respectful.
Yeah, I think I already got you. I forgot that you give me multiple skill books.
Keep that shroud on it. The time has come. While you did this, I finally learned who the Hierophant is. Argene of Sun Camp. We're taking her down, Dove. All of us. One last plan. What?
Really? It makes you repeat that?
I know now. I've had my suspicions, and the last one is...
They really make you go through this again after he already said it?
Sun Camp. I've told Argene that I know her secret. And now, while we're there, you're going to plant the missives on Argene. Chains, like she would have done to me. The meeting with Argene's a front.
I think Klurikon might take 3. I'll be very surprised if Alabastra takes more than 2.
Some enchanted defenses. Krogerin will be there to help with those. Meanwhile, Phasma will lead the gnomes to the ruins. You plant the missives on Argene, and the gnomes will take her away while the world watches. Good. To keep the element of surprise, you'll be using a secret entrance to the ruins. It's one of the graves in Sun Camp. Once you're in, meet with Grulgarin. Now, we've got to move. Do your part, and hopefully we'll see the end of this job.
Because while Klurikon and Alabastra might look big, they are nowhere near as dense with quests and ruins as the first 3 areas.
Yeah?
And odds are I'm going to at the very least be starting some of the Klurikon quests now, because I'm going to be heading over to Melson Shear after the ruins. The longest, I think, as far as Klurikon quests go, are the House of Sorrows questline. And even then, that's not a very big one. Alright. Here's the thing, I already did 2 DLCs. I did the Teeth of Inaros right after Dalentarth, and I did Gallows End right after Arethel. The only DLC left is Mithros, Fatesworn, and I can't even access that until after Alabastra. So I think combined I have like 5, maybe 6 streams of base game content left before I hit up Re-Reckoning, or not Re-Reckoning, before I hit up Fatesworn. Okay, in we go.
At last, I can speak with Grimm's fateless ally with my true voice. And your meaningless plan is exposed. These ruins are full of travelers faithful to the Hierophant, who will kill any and all who intrude. This ends now. Shade, I tried to have you killed once and I was mistaken.
You're an
Now I
idiot.
seek an alliance. I can open doors for you, Grimm never could. Frame Grimm for stealing the Misses of Sable. You are not but a tool to him since he first approached you in Star Camp anyways. So you claim, but I can see the threads of fate do not guide you. Nothing is decided. Think on my offer and take this. It is a key to the wings of the Hierophant's court, my sanctum. It is where I will meet Grimm. Grimm will be in the East Wing, remember that. Grimm is in the East Wing. Do the right thing, or face my wrath.
This is an interesting one, honestly. I'm not going to betray Grimm because it makes absolutely no sense to. But the Travelers are the one faction in this game where change and not adhering to the status quo is presented in a good light. With the House of Ballads, if you spare the Maid of Windermere, she, well, everyone in the House of Ballads, while they still follow you, are disappointed. With the Scholia Arcana, you don't get an option as to whether to side with Ciara or side against her, because she just wants you dead regardless. With the Warsworn, it's a matter of the status quo again. And going against the status quo and releasing Kamazandu from Cloudcrest is the evil option. But with the Travelers, going alongside the status quo and helping Arjean is the quote-unquote evil option and the more hurtful one down the line, because she is literally just controlling everyone. And I think that alone that disruption of the goings-on of the narrative, that alone, I think, makes the Travelers probably the strongest faction story-wise. Yes, I do have another game lined up after this one. After I beat Amalur, I'm going to start a Dark Souls 3 run. I'm calling it NPC Roulette. I will essentially be cosplaying as a different NPC for every boss and trying to beat Dark Souls 3 that way. If I can manage the DLCs, I can manage the DLCs. Oh, pardon. But the main goal is just the sock. Krugerin!
You have come. I was concerned, for Arjin has not come to this ruin unprepared. There appears to be many guards loyal to the Hierophant roaming this hall. There is also a strange enchantment not far beyond here, but they are not insurmountable with a quiet pace. She has contacted you? Grim believed he had her fooled, but her skills are greater than we ever thought. But so is her hubris. That key she gave you can be used to reach Arjin as well as Grim. She will be in the western wing of the court. But to reach her, you'll need to bypass a strange trap. One that watches the way with eyes unblinking. Though it is magical in nature, it still relies on sight. If you could blind it, then you could walk in the shadows unseen. There is an item on a nearby guard that would be of use. A bag of winds. Using it, you could snuff the torches and plunge the room in darkness. May the road rise to meet you.
I think Mithros might actually take me longer than the rest of the base game will. Simply because in addition to going through and doing the main quest and the side quests, I will also have to do every single one of the rifts. And while I know that I'm capable of clearing those in 30 seconds, it's still gonna take me a little bit. Well, combined, it's still going to take me a little bit. Reason I know I can clear them in 30 seconds is because I've had to clear them in 30 seconds. I first got this game on the Switch, and at that point, or well, this game and the Mithros DLC on the Switch, and at that point, can I get the thank you? The fan on the Switch was dying. So I had 30 seconds between turning on the game and when the Switch would overheat to a point that was a little concerning. And I wound up beating the entirety of the Mithros DLC that way. Because I'd have to wait for it to cool for like 5 to 10 minutes before I could pick it up again and try again. So I know that I can do those in 30 seconds. I just don't want to do them in 30 seconds. I missed a lot of loot that way. Yeah, I suppose that is actually a pretty intense challenge run. I wound up having to go a little over the 30-second mark for some parts of it, though. specifically cutscenes and conversations. Thankfully, Telogris himself only took me the 30 seconds. Would... crying out loud. Gonna save. And then try to use the Bag of Winds from here. Okay, that is actually really cool. Oh, pfft. I did not just use the whistle. Oh, it would be right, consumable. Okay, cool. I would like to fix my own stuff too, honestly. However, for one thing, I don't have much in the way of training on that front. And for another... well, not training, practice on that front. And for another, a lot of places that immediately voids the warranty. So you can't get replacements. Alright, Argene was in the west, I believe. From the Hierophant, okay. And specifically with the Switch and Nintendo, they will come after anybody who does anything they don't like, that, i.e. anything that doesn't cost money. Well, doesn't cost the consumer money.
Enough of your farces, Grim. You claim you want to blackmail me, but that is not your true purpose here.
Why, your worshipfulness, you can't blame me for desiring to have you all to myself.
This has gone on long enough, little man. I grow tired of your stallings. They will cease immediately.
Fair enough.
Agree more. My dear seer, seems like it's time for things to wrap up.
I just don't want to accidentally brick my dad's Switch.
They've got the message. Get them.
And down I go. Off to the left. We run like our lives depend on it.
Let's get the hell out of here.
Like, if it was my own piece of equipment, whatever. Honestly. But the Switch is my dad's, so I don't want to turn that into a brick. Yeah, it's a treacherous thing to use other people's devices. Technically, I'm using his PS5 right now. Which is part of why I'm not very keen on trying to repair this stuff myself. However, I do at least know how to take apart the PS5 to clean it. At least the panels part. I'm not messing with anything that actually requires screws.
We better run like hell if we're to get out of here.
Well then, why did the game make me talk to you? And kaboom. But yeah, I actually really like the Traveler's questline. It's very different from what we usually get with this game.
Hojine's hold over the Travelers is broken. The Hierophant is gone. The Travelers will never be the same. You are like the Travelers of ages past. I name you one among their number. They'll sing songs of you forever as the Chariot. No jail will hold you. And since you've used the Shroud of Omission so well, I figured you could make some use of this.
Haha, my finesse abilities get a boost. Well, another boost.
What are you looking?
I don't think the shadow skin is actually useful for me at this moment in time, though. Sad as it is. Inventory armor. If I only use fire damage, that'd be worth it. This game really wants us to use fire damage. Anyway. I don't think I have any other quests that require me to be here. Yeah, no. I should hit up Whitestone one more time, though, to sell the rat meat. Because taverns take that now. And then it's off to Melson Shear. I'll probably tackle what I can of the Melson Shear quests. And then...
What can I do for you? And I thought I could smell meat on you.
It actually is, because it's abilities, not stats. For ones that'll actually go above. Because they let you reach a certain level in all of these, and I don't really intend on upping this specifically for now. I'm focusing on the sorcery ones. And sorcery... Oh, wait, we do have... Hang on. What do you mean I have 2 to up for my sorcery abilities? I know that I have 2 for finesse because of Trailblazer and Chariot. Fearless is 1 to sorcery abilities. Okay, so... Where did that come from, then? Nope. And it's not that... Oh, wait, the second... Nope, it's not this either. Where's the extra +1 to... Why do I have +2 to my sorcery abilities? That's weird. Or is it +1 and I'm just hallucinating? Hey, hang on. Okay, 7 to 6, so that's +1. 7 to 5, that's 2. 7 of 6, that's 1. 6 of 5. Okay, so why does this specifically have an extra 1? That's weird. That is so weird, actually. Alright, I should actually sell some stuff.
I've got plenty of supplies if you back again.
You know what? I should also go Fate Weave. Because if I'm remembering correctly, there's 3 trainers I've yet to actually see in Klurikon. Yeah, +1 to Mark of Flame specifically, and I don't know why.
Well met.
You.
You want to talk to me?
Inventory. I have 2, I think, skill books. There we go, because I believe Dispelling, Lockpicking, and Alchemy are the 3 that there's one out there for. I believe it's that, and then... One, two, three, four, and then that. Just scroll through all of these. And then Shadowcaster. Put my armor back on. Put the poison back on. And then remap my abilities. Oh, pfft. Hey, hey, hey. So, yeah, you can actually get pretty ridiculous with your skills if you're willing to do a lot of respecking. I could be wrong about the lockpicking trainer. Because I believe it's alchemy, dispelling, and lockpicking. And I think they're all master trainers. The dispelling one in particular, I'm worried about missing. Anyway. Quests. The only one that really isn't worth or the only skill that isn't really worth maxing out is Mercantile. I believe there's 3 quests in Melsenshire. But if you're playing this game and using everything at your disposal, Mercantile does not matter. Like, at all. It is quite literally useless.
Honor to you, champion. I watched from the battle's van while you faced Norway and his demon pet. You have earned great glory and the respect of all Alpha. If you have a moment, could I ask a favor of you?
Because most of the gold I have, and it's not an insignificant amount, is just from exploring and detect hidden. If your only method of getting equipment is buying or looting, then I can understand Mercantile being important to you there. But by and large, it is the most useless skill in the game.
Since the battle, several of my men have asked for the chance to challenge the champion of Melsenshire. You slew Malwyn and destroyed the great demon he commanded. They hold you in awe. 5 of our greatest fighters have asked, and if you accept, they will each face you here in the practice yard in single combat. Excellent. Your first challenger is Enion Gaius. He is a veteran of more than a dozen campaigns and my personal aide. This should prove interesting. Go with Lyria.
This poor guy. Yeah, I have 9 million gold in this game. And that's with buying stuff without any real investment in Mercantile. Most of that is because of Detect Hidden. Detect Hidden, Dispelling, and Blacksmithing are the most universally helpful, followed by Sagecraft, but Stealth is also pretty handy.
That last fight with Enion was interesting. He fared better than I thought, though I was unsurprised when you bested him. Prepared for your next challenge? Your next challenger is Tarek Smith. The Smith spends all day pounding steel. Do not let him pound you too. Go with Lyria.
Don't take that out of context. Back to you.
You certainly didn't pull any punches with my blacksmith. I hope you can still hold a hammer tomorrow. Sir Phaedra Will is next. Are you prepared? Sir Phaedra is one of my best scouts, quick and agile. Give her any room and she'll make the ring into your grave. Go with Lyria.
True. In general, money in these games tends to be pretty inconsequential after a certain point. I'm saving after each and every one of these because I don't want to have to redo the whole quest.
You handled Sir Phaedra readily enough. Perhaps it's time you face Adrian Tyr. Adrian Tyr survived alone 3 times when his company to a man has fallen. The soldier refuses to give up. He is fearless and enduring. It will take the force of God to bring him to his knees. Good luck. Go with Lyria.
Funny you should say that. Considering there's some stuff to imply that the Fateless One might be a demigod in the process of rising to godhood. So, About that guy that you were just glazing.
Adrian fell harder than I thought he would. Well done. Your final challenger is my sister, Ragnar. She is the finest weaponsmith in the Alfar army, and a peerless fighter. She will bury her sword in your heart if you are not careful. Do not underestimate her. Go with Lyria.
Sorry, Ragna, you're not getting close.
One by one, the greatest of the Alpha have faced you.
Oh shoot, I forgot! I forgot!
Now it is my turn.
I forgot to save!
I am Bronwyn Aurelia Sen, the first sword of the Alpha. I was born in battle, and hundreds have fallen by my hand. Let us see what you are truly made of, champion. Go with Lyria.
Unfortunately for her, I got the time to summon my Skelly. And I have a stun effect somewhere on my person. Between Skelly and stun, you really didn't stand a chance. I think I'm just gonna keep calling the skeleton Skelly.
You are worthy of honor, warrior. I have never faced your equal. Take this. Tilera herself granted me this blade for the slaying of the Tuatha champion Zerastes. But you deserve it more than I. The Alpha honor you, champion. May the Tuatha fear your coming. Go.
Yay! Unfortunately, that is completely useless to me. I just wanted the... I just wanted it in my quest log. Bonesy. I don't think I'll remember Bonesy. I'm sorry, how many? 210 completed quests. 13 that I can't. Well, actually, no, 18 that I can't. So that's 218 quests so far. Okay, there's nothing in the tavern. You have a quest that'll actually take me outside of Melson Shear, so I only have one quest left. I'm not calling him that.
The Tuatha lines have broken, and we still live. It looks like fate has a sense of humor. Please, forgive my melancholy. The champion of Melson Shear should be cheered, not subjected to my sorrow. I am Adrian Tyr, and I owe you my thanks. Though many have been lost, your courage saved a great many more. I was dead, or I should have been at least, if it were not for a Varani mercenary who threw himself in the fray. He fought like a demon, and I was able to escape. The poor man was not so fortunate, though. I watched the Tuatha come.
My answer remains.
It shames me, but I once held such mercenaries in great disdain. But this man, whoever he was a warrior of honor.
The only difference between a mercenary and a soldier is that the mercenary understands that their own life also has value.
He was cut off and surrounded by the Tuatha. He is surely dead. However, his body must lie somewhere in Cursewood. It would give me peace to learn of his fate. Farewell.
Alright. That I will have to leave Melson for, so that's gonna wait. But this quest over here... this will be the last quest I do for today. But it is... This one's a little fucked up.
You're already dead. Nothing but another corpse just like me. Another body for the beast. She's here, you know. Death. I've seen her. She's like a big fat crow come to eat my eyes. Please, don't let her eat my eyes. I don't want to die.
Yes, I intend to raid after the stream. Probably Piku, but I'll see who else is on. I don't let other people choose my raids for me because I don't want to potentially drop my chat into somewhere hostile. So I make sure that I have watched anyone that I plan on raiding before.
Oh, she's a great dark crow with 1,000 needle beaks. She's going to take me, you know, I've seen it. We're all beggars. Dead already and begging for the end. Beggars bent like hags, bent beneath a bloody fate. But you're no beggar, no
Fair enough, fair enough.
You're the scarecrow, aren't you? Shoo, death, shoo! I can see it, all around you. You're not like us, you're not like anyone. You're not afraid of death, are you? I am. I dream of her. She takes me beneath the tower and she does things, horrible things. Don't let her take me there, please. Don't let her open me up. I don't want to see what's inside. Don't leave me.
This is honestly a pretty sinister quest for how short it is. Especially if you come over... You can completely miss this. I only found it the first time because I needed to talk to the healer.
I am Megan, nurse to the wounded soldiers of the Alpha. How can I help you? Mistress Skaith is our head surgeon, though lately she's taken to disappearing for hours at a time. I cannot help but wonder where she goes. He came to us broken from the fighting. I fear that though his flesh has survived the siege, his mind has not. Stay safe.
Greetings. I am Corialia Skaith, head surgeon here in Melsenshire. Do you require healing? As head surgeon, I support the soldiers of the Alpha armies as best I can. Despite the recent dramatic improvements in healing magic, few that make their way to my table survive. As great as our power may be, the power of the Tuatha is all the more destructive. Her services are adequate. I'll admit, her only fault lies in caring too much for her patients. Master Hawkins is not well, I'm afraid. The injuries he sustained have broken both his body and his spirit. Do not trust anything he tells you. I can assure you that his mind is racked with a deep dementia. Farewell.
This quest is genuinely chilling, actually. Honestly, I think a lot of the themes covered in the quests in this game hit harder now than they ever used to. I'm just gonna, head down here. Not really much of a point in looting this stuff, I don't think. But I'll head into the basement. Because the problem is, I visited Malsenshire a while ago, so there's a possibility that everything here is leveled for when I first visited, and yeah, it's leveled for when I first visited. Alright. Hello, you.
You couldn't leave the prattling of a madman alone, could you? This is my sanctum, trespasser. You couldn't possibly understand the work I'm doing here. I fear I will need to kill you now. Perhaps the process will provide some insights into your unique power. Don't you see? The physiology of the mortal races is a book we've barely begun to crack. You couldn't possibly understand. I take these young men and women and I open them and I see what truly lives within. Magic is changing and so are those who wield it. I am merely bold enough to look and learn the how and why.
You would have done much better as a mortician.
How unsurprisingly noble of you. Few possess the intellectual acuity to appreciate my work. Very well. Perhaps I will learn something from your death.
Hey now. One of these days I actually should take her deal and see what that does. I just know that she was definitely in the wrong field. Her work would have been much better suited to autopsy. Kind of a waste, if you think about it. Anyway. Very short quest, but also very chilling in its own way. Because unless you thought to come in here, you wouldn't have found it at all. And unless you felt like picking up a quest from someone who sounded like a madman, you wouldn't have busted as a true lunatic.
She's dead. The moment she passed, the clouds surrounding my mind seemed to pass.
Medieval fantasy mortician, yes.
Who knows how long she's been here, preying on the weak and injured. Seems I named you well, Scarecrow. I cannot thank you enough for what you've done.
I mean, there's grave diggers and grave keepers. Okay. And then if you talk to this lady over here.
How may I help? I haven't seen her in quite some time. I hope everything is well.
That actually would be so cool. Playing as a mortician in a fantasy setting. That would be really damn cool.
Master Hawkins' recovery has been miraculous, and he has been quite a help around here.
I want to know why nobody ever told her what Coriolia was doing. Because she never finds out. Anywho, I'm going to call it there. If you're interested in anything I've done up until this point, I have a YouTube channel. You can check that out if you're interested. If you're interested in seeing my announcements, I'm going to start posting them to Instagram. And if you're interested in seeing my clips in an easier fashion, I post them to TikTok, YouTube, and, when it lets me, Instagram. Links to all of that are in the chat now. If you've made it this far and are curious to see where I go from here, why not drop a follow? It takes but one button press, and you can always change your mind if you decide my content isn't for you. Tomorrow, I'll be going back to Code Vein. I'm doing my first ever Code Vein solo run. I've already made it to the Howling Pit, which is kind of crazy. At the very least, we'll be doing that. I might also do Town of Sacrifice, we'll see. Not Wednesday. Thursday and Friday, it's back to Silksong. I don't know how far I'm going to get in that, honestly, because I'm going to be attempting Skull Tyrant again. But Skull Tyrant... Silksong is a very hard game, actually. Unless something goes wrong, there will not be a stream this weekend. So Monday and Tuesday, I'll be picking this back up, and we'll be doing Klurikon. I'm thinking Klurikon will probably take me 3 streams, but depending on if I go over a bit sometimes, or how fast I do certain quests, I might be able to condense it into 2. Oh, really? I mean, I know that Silksong is bigger than the original Hollow Knight. But I didn't realize that people had the opinion that it was too long. If I hit 100 followers and manage to stay there for a week or more, I will actually be doing a day of Genshin Impact. During that Genshin Impact stream, you will be able to redeem or use your points to redeem challenges that I will have to at least attempt. There will, of course, be some restrictions, but the reason I'm thinking Genshin specifically is because a lot of the content in that is repeatable. I might not be able to get the drops from everything, because resin. But that way, if 3 people want me to solo the same boss with 3 different characters, I don't have to start a completely new file 3 times just to beat that same boss. I will not be accepting any poll challenges, Jedi. I do not want to put more money into that account. I did, like, way back when I was first playing. I don't intend to again. Even then, I only put like $10-20 or something like that in. And I don't intend on spending any more money on a gacha game. So I will not be accepting poll challenges. I will use what I have, and if I do decide to pull something, that will be my own decision. I'm not going to budge on that. Fair enough, fair enough. At the end of the day, do what you want, your money. But anyway, I just figured that would be a potentially fun little thing, because that would allow the community to do more than just sit and commentate. The last week of October, I will be doing Chalice Week. I'll be going through Bloodborne's Chalice dungeons, and it will be open to co-op with anybody who wants to participate in co-op. If the Genshin stream would normally fall on that, Chalice Week takes precedence. But that is the general plan. We'll see how it goes. One moment. Hey, looks like we are raiding Piku after all. She's playing Night Rain. Make sure to redeem the most ridiculous ban you can possibly redeem. That said, happy time zones, everyone. And I hope you all have an excellent day.